trotters are beginning to line up in behind that Noonan Petroleum starting gate for tonight's third race. Let's send it back over to Vance Cameron for the race call.
Windermere Alley, Mr. Caper, Terrible Ted, Majayan Dillon, Wimrow Jim, Wedgwood. A half a dozen trotting noses on the gate this time around. It's the third, and they're at the top of the stretch. They're approaching a start. Off stride to 3, Terrible Ted. There they go, off and trotting. Mr. Caper, he's gone off stride, getting away. Into the turn, it's Wimrow Jim going to the lead. Windermere Alley along the rail second. Then racing third from the outside is Wedgwood. Away fourth is Majayan Dillon. Then at the back, Mr. Caper and the trailer, Terrible Ted. So the quarter pole bound. From the outside, the leader is Wimrow Jim. Windermere Alley now releases him to set in the 2-hole. Racing from third is Wedgwood with the leader's fourth. That's Majayan Dillon. In the backfield, Mr. Caper and Terrible Ted. So they arrived at the opening quarter. Wimrow Jim, the leader there in 30-1. Racing second is Windermere Alley. Around the turn, third is Wedgwood. Majayan Dillon races fourth. Mr. Caper in fifth. Terrible Teddy is sixth. They move through the stretch. They approach the opening half mile next. The leader is Wimrow Jim. In line to Jack Panning. They're halfway home. Second is Windermere Alley. Racing third is Wedgwood. Majayan Dillon fourth. Mr. Caper has caught the field fifth. And the trailer going off stride. That is Terrible Ted. 1:01:3. The midway point time. Wimrow Jim around the paddock turn, arriving at the 5/8 pole. The leader by now 2 lengths. Second at the rail, Windermere Alley. Third is Wedgwood. Majayan Dillon fourth. On the outside, fifth, Mr. Caper. Terrible Teddy is sixth. 3/4 the next station. Wimrow Jim, the leader by a couple. Down to a quarter of a mile to go. Windermere Alley is second. Wedgwood third. Majayan Dillon fourth. Mr. Caper fifth. Terrible Teddy is sixth. 3/4 in 1:33-1. A very good rating by Panning. And he's homeward bound with Wimrow Jim, the leader. Wedgwood is taken over second. Majayan Dillon third. Mr. Caper, Windermere Alley, deep in the stretch now. Wimrow Jim will win for Panning. Up second is Wedgwood. Majayan Dillon finishes third. Time of the mile in 2:03-1.
Get a look at the replay here for race number 3. We had a couple breakers early on with the 2, Mr. Caper, and the 3, Terrible Ted, jumping it off. Paved the way here for Jack Panning and Wimrow Jim to get to the front here without any tussle early. 30-1, and then another well-rated mile by Panting this week. 1:01:3, down to 3/4, 1:33-1, kicked home 30 flat and fends off this late challenge from the 6, Wedgwood and Joey Pino as they come up the pass lane there. But the 5, Wimrow Jim, digs in late here and hangs on for the victory here. This is this mare's 4th victory on the season, 5th lifetime. So we'll see Wimrow Jim and Jack Panning back in the Red Shores winner's circle in a moment.
Whim Road Jim into the third race winner's circle, trotting bay mare 4, but Ted the stud off the Duke of York dam, Malahide. Owned by Ralph Anir and Jack Panning of Montague. Ralph does the training and Jack's in the driver's seat. The mile in 2:03 and 1. Whim Road Jim in the third.